Greetings everyone, and Grade here of another HPowers 4 replay. Spawn on the top right side as the yellow Chinese, we have LucifroNN. Spawn on bottom left side as the pink Malians, we have new player. Let's see, Chinese versus Malians. Chinese do have access to the powerful Zunshnu, an effective unit effective against low pierce armor units. While the Malian does have access to some various unique units across both the stable archery range and the barracks, Donzan will be vulnerable to the Zunshnu since it has inherent hack armor, not pierce armor. Javelins will be useful against the Zunshnus. Warrior Scouts will not be effective versus Zunshnus. They have no inherent pierce armor nor bonus damage against the range units like other horsemen. Sofas do, of course, they're a feudal age heavy cav, does have 2/2 armor, making it a bit more effective versus Zunshnu. So if he finds against a large Zunshnu, he'll probably have to rely on more sofas rather than the warrior scout. Though they do probably have to, he does have to heavily eye on the pierce armor research, but he probably doesn't have to rely on that either way against Zunshnus. And that's all I think about the feudal age possibilities. We do have the Monster Quarry, which provides some free gold generation. Over here, we do have the Vatican of the Sun, which will help him secure up these forest puppers. The Malian player does, of course, have access to a lot of free gold generation. With the Monster Quarry and the mining pit there, he will have about 150 free gold generation. Though it does say 160 at the moment, but it should be at this exact moment around 150, because this is 75, this is right now 87. Vatican of the Sun is almost complete. Imperial Academy is going up as well. That allow him to go out and field Imperial officials there without slowing down his village production. Scout does see the fire there. And now do have the mining camp there to get some small gold generation as well as improve the gold collection. Stable going up is very well. Oh, it does cancel out the stable there. Sofas and javelin throwers are probably what he needs to play on the near future. Most Chinese players do heavily rely on the Zunshnus. We've gotten more Imperial officials out here, able to cut some tax revenue, as well as supervise these structures, improving their drop-off. Got another mining pit going up. He will get some good gold generation. No military units for either side just yet. And now do have, looks like a mass cattle ranch. Looks like they're eyeing to be a bit passive, both of them. So let's want to fast forward a little bit since both eyeing for eco. I'm pretty sure these villagers are eyeing for out town center. And he's delaying the town center there because that scout was in the way. And now he will build the town center. It will quickly build up there. So not really close to those forest puppers. Multiple cattle ranches being applied there. This is going for the Grand Corral landmark based on how, yep, and there's the Grand Fulnori Corral. Let's see, let's switch over. We actually pink there. I'm a bit curious about some of that stuff. He does currently have 11 cows, 12 cows inside these corrals. He can't fit up to 18. He could keep 2 outside of the outside the pens there to get a good food source as well. And we've got limestone or wooden walls there. And here's some, looks like we do have some veteran sofa or just regular sofa support in the field. He does lose the warrior scout. Yellow's or pink's eyeing for some archers as well. We've got spearmen being applied by Chinese. He thinks he's going to be fighting against a lot of these sofas, which he is, so spearmen are a good idea. Though he's also deploying some archers there to counter those spearmen. Does pick off a spearman there, very nice. The Grand Fulnari Corral does improve the nearby cattle's food generation by 20 per minute, which will give them a significant amount of extra food collection. You may want to drop off 3 cows in this area. There's a couple cows bopped there. And now do got a big line of barracks being pulled out by yellow.
他应该会比我更强劲。太糟了，受到攻击！
遭到攻击，他们在射击。
Archer gains some damage there. If we force him back, we'll have. He may just want to sacrifice the archer there to get the sofa away. Does get a nice little charge there as well. Of course, he doesn't have access to a charge attack. Just has 20 damage with its spear. More sofas being pulled forward. Looks like eyeing for some of his Donzan. Donzan are. He doesn't have access to heavy melee warriors such as a man at arms. He has an anti-armor specialist instead. But the Donzo will have inherent pierce armor, as was Javelin though. They are slightly better than Spearmen. Of course, they are slightly more expensive. They cost 90 in total, as opposed to Spearmen's 80 in total. Spearman will knock you off the sofa with 1 health remaining. Probably a good idea to get a priest out, or whatever they're called for the Malians. And that sofa does go down. Do now the hardened spearman or veteran spearman research up here. Hack damage now being pulled out, as well as the veteran Musafari body warrior. He is expecting Palace Guard. He is going for mass Palace Guard, so he's pulling out the counter first, which is going to be very useful. Sofas will not make a breach in there in time. There you go, does get the breach there. He's going to exploit the breach. There, of course, there's this monk here. He could perhaps use a conversion ritual there, which will hold these sofa more or less in place to allow his forces to engage. There's actually a good number of Palace Guard there. Yellow's not eyeing. Nope, he's eyeing for relics, not secret sites. And Yellow's heavily eyeing for these relics. This one is more or less in this territory. Got this one definitely in this territory. He's going to be capturing up this one. And now he's eyeing for... not eyeing it just yet. He does have a larger military force field and higher quality as well. Sofas do charging force. Something receive some fear breaks there, but now got the Musafadi warrior. They only have 9 pierce damage or hack damage. They do have a decent attack speed, but they do also get plus 15 versus heavy, so they rip apart Palace Guard. Spearmen do attack slower than them as well, so they are weak. Spearmen are weaker than Musafadi warriors in melee, and they do cost the same amount, 80. Imperial official does go down there. And we do got these guys now engaging away. He's now on fire, counts their fires, so seeing a bit of damage there. Starting to soft retreat away. We do now have these forces starting going down. The monk does drop the relic inside the monster in time. Very nice. Spearman do get a bit of brace there. Gets a bit of damage onto these sofas, but looks like it does receive a bit of fire there. These forces are engaged away, and now do have these forces pushing forward. Do now have a clock tower nest of bees. He's starting to fall back with force. He does have a larger military force on the field. And Palace Guard is now trying to pursue these forces. Palace Guards do have inherent faster move speed than regular man at arms. But they do have, of course, one less armor. Do now have more pierce armor being reached by yellow. Very nice, though. One's not playing a lot of ranged units. He's playing some javelin throwers, more of a counter unit. But of course, I could allow him to stay a bit more fire underneath the town center. Hack damage would probably be a little bit better in this situation rather than pierce armor. Barracks being cleaned up nice and well. We do have the granaries going up as well, trying to claim up more food. Now let's take a look at the field control when it comes to gold. This gold is a large one. Either player could try eye it. This one's relatively safe for yellow. This one's safe for pink. This one's contestable, but more on pink side of the map. It's also smaller than this one here. Where's the counterpart to this large one? Up here? Looks like the large gold deposits mostly spawned on the right side of the map, which is not great for pink. Pink can still claim this relic, as well as the central relic here. And now we've got 3 clock tower nests of bees. Ooh, that's a lot of artillery. Let's see. Just the 15 cows inside these cattle ranches. He's not eyeing more just yet. I'm putting a lot of villagers on these cows as well. Looks like they're a little bit idle there. May want eye to help get some of these guys towards these berries. Or invest into some farms. Either way. A 4th nest of bee. That's actually a lot of artillery there. They will be very effective for the Musafadi warriors, of course. Let's see, how healthy are Musafadi warriors? They do have 110. Spearmen in comparison has 110 as well. Does get a nice spread formation here, but as they start engaging, they will tight up, group up quite significantly. They'll try to eye for this forward wood deposit there. Does good torch down this? Going for a keep now. Nest of bees finds a massive volley onto those sofas. Trying to build this keep there. Receive another massive volley there. Nest of bees not being overran. Now these forces getting quite punched up. Nest of bees getting some great close range attacks there. Hard to dodge those. And now got the keep up and going as well. Pink's army's getting disintegrated. These Nest of bees have not even been touched as well. Ooh. Just lost. I think he had a larger force to begin with. I didn't really count how many forces there, but he got annihilated by these nest of bees. Yellow's also now eyeing for some more palace walls there. He's trying to claim up this forward wood deposit here, and then the safer ones will be, of course, collected later on. He's going a bit more aggressive collecting wood. He's trying to play the long game overall. Rather than going for safe, he's going aggressive. And Pink did lose a large number of villagers. When did Pink lose all these villagers? No, Pink killed a large villagers. War kills. Yellow has lost a significant number of villagers. Of course, been maintaining 2 town centers production. His opponent has not been producing additional town centers. Been maintaining 1 town center production. And he does have a good amount of food generation from these other sources. Let's see. Let's just say 1,200, 1,500, so it's about 2,700 there. While his opponent has about the same amount as well. Their food collection are very similar, even though the villager count's quite significantly different because of this opponent going for these cows. And that's the nice thing about going for these cows. Sure, it's a little bit of a startup cost. They're actually pretty quick to build. You saw how quickly those cows were trained. Take a sight going up, very nice. We got a good number of spring goals being put up by Pink. Additionally, remember as well, the Malian cows are affected by the food technology such as horticulture. Research it. He's gotten no additional research at the moment. You can skip out on gold and rely on the mining pits, but his extra gold deposits, this one can be used for a mining pit here, but this one's probably his next best bet. We want to get us 4 mining pits out in the field. Over here, he's probably going to mainly mine this one. It's too far away from home. They're both in castle age, but he's not eyed for another mining pit at the moment. And he really should eye that horticulture. That will really greatly affect the cows. Even just get the level 1. Level 1 just costs 150, and that will increase all the cows collection by 15%. Right now, Yellow has a... Oh, look at this. Yellow has almost a pop cap, but his military force is smaller since Pink has a lot of free resource collection, making it so he can deploy out a larger military on the field. Do now have these Venom Stalkers try and charge them forward. They do have imported armor. They do have a lot of good armor, 6/6 armor, 195 health, 2 attack. Try and find these villagers with these spearmen. They're going to annihilate them. Does have a good number of outposts on the field, but also none of them being upgraded to hand cannoneers. So let's primary just for spotting. There are 7 clock tower nests of bees. Holy crap. Make that 8. And he's getting 9th. Why is he getting 9? That is a little bit overkill. But he's not going for the Great Gatehouse. The Great Gatehouse is going up right over here. He's trying to keep this area very much secure with the Bardic in the Sun and the Great Gatehouse. That can keep him quite nice and safe. You could actually pull out some stone walls up here to actually ban it to... What is it, villagers? Up on top of the high walls there, away from these raiding cavalry. Cavalry could potentially find some more kills over here. This is a trading post there. He could actually get out a handful of traders up here, just get some minor gold income. And this infantry, he needs to get these spring golds to engage. That is an absurd number of clock tower nest of bees. He could actually engage the spring golds with the nest of bees. Trying to engage the birds, well, does lose the nest of bees there. Finds a massive volley there, taking out a quarter of Pink's ground army. Those are some of these nest of bees there. Does ban on the other side of the gates. Could see them volley down some of this force here. Now the spring golds get overran. Massive volley onto these infantry forces, annihilating them all. And all the spring golds going down, allows the nest of bees to overrun. Takes out all those infantry. Pink at this point in time, can't really go for cavalry. Paliscars are very mobile, so they can easily protect the nest of bees. And of course, they've got the spearmen are effective affect cavalry, so they can't just overrun the spring golds. So spring golds, or not spring golds, nest of bees. The spring golds were a good item. He needs... Regular archers won't do it. There's too many nest of bees here. He may want to engage with mangonels to annihilate his opponent's ground force. Oh no. Okay, he does split formation there. But even then, that is enough to even decimate split formation, scatter formation. And right now it's getting some great damage there, across there. And these are all villagers trying to charge a forward torch. And when it's doing that, it's game over. Those villagers are annihilated. And Pink does go down. Oh boy. It all comes down if you could overrun those those nest of bees. I think he should have gone for mangonels. I think that's the best item at that point in time. This is Great saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.